Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming with a little something, something. And would like to say to you all, this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, I will rest therein. It's a lot on my mind right now. A lot I can say. A lot I can say. You all, I have so much to say that could warn you, prepare you, just so much. But as I was coming down the highway, I began to say, why is it they can't see that? Why is it they can't see it? Why can't they see it? I began to think about the people here in this United States of America are the dumbest people, along with the Hebrew Israelites and the tribe of Judah. Some of the dumbest people. This is what I was thinking as I was coming down the highway. And the Most High, y'all said to me, but Deborah, remember, I have blind them. And I said, that makes so much sense. See, even when I'm thinking of why is it people can't grab things, why is it people can't see it, with me, it's up on me like this. That's how close it is to me. And it disturbs me when others can't. But see, the Comforter come to reveal to you, well, hold up, don't get disturbed, don't get discouraged. You know, don't be troubled. I blind him. Do you know what that means when the Father have to tell me he blind? That means that a person, the individuals that are blind for a reason. See, when you're blind, most blind people, just a picture you closing your eye and you can't see. All you see is darkness. Okay? So you really wouldn't even know how to see light if you're blind, because all you see is darkness. Okay? That's all that's before you is darkness. So therefore, if he sit and tell me that he have blind them, that lets me and leads me to understand and gives me comfort and understanding why they can't see. Even the lurk of the lurk on the devil platform, I can sit here and listen to them talk, and would you believe they be far left as it is right in direction of what they're speaking about. They be so off, and it be so confusing to me, because I'm like, how could this person, let me drink something. How could this person not know this, but they telling the multitude? How could you be teaching the multitude and don't know? It always disturbed me. But when I was coming to you all, I was telling you all that you all was awakening in the flesh. In the flesh is darkness. You're awakening in the darkness. You're not in the light awakening. So you're not seeing the spiritual aspect of what's going on. You're seeing the fleshly. So you're awakening in the flesh understanding, in the flesh only. So what the Most High was showing me, he said that he was showing me through his word that I have blinded them. So it's the same thing as awakening in the dark. You still can't see. You're still in darkness. So I thought, okay, this creator that I serve, the one I have come to know, he really loves me so much. I can't even begun to tell you how wonderful he is. Look at these people and how they drive. I can't even tell you the love that he has. I have felt. Because he don't want me to be out here. It's almost like, here, I'm putting you out here, but I ain't gonna let you get out there and not know. I'm not gonna give you the tools to work with. the tools. I'm not gonna not give you the tools to work with. If I'm putting you out there, Deborah, I'm gonna give you the tools to work this mission. So in me, I'm coming down here and I'm trying to figure out why is it everybody can't see. Father, why is it that still we so close? The beast is loose. He's ready to put his mark, and why is it nobody can't see it? When he told me he has blinded them, woo, that make me step back more than one step to you guys, because that lets me know that, see, when he has to come to me and tell me what was already taught to me through the Spirit, it's like confirmation. And believe me, that comfort is awesome, because it's a form of comforting you in the midst of the turmoil that's going on and issues that cannot be answered, or man cannot how would I say it, teach or reveal or open their mouth to tell any spirit and truth of. And I'm like, that is so true. So a lot of us just don't want you to be troubled. You know, he really don't want me to be troubled by the things he is suffering me to see. Okay, so if nobody on this earth should be troubled. Nobody out of all the people on this earth, I'm one that shouldn't be troubled, because he's constantly warning me, and he has taught me well through his ruach. Because and you know how many times I read in there he has blinded them? Many times, but he had to bring me back to reality in what I was feeling and thinking, just to show me you own one accord, but you got to accept that I blind them, just as the Hebrew Israelite got to accept ain't nobody done a darn thing to you outside of yourself, causing yourself to come over here. See, when they thinking they blaming the oppressor and the white man, they blaming Yah. And if you got to blame Yah or the white man, guess what? You missed the purpose. You missed the whole mission. Because they still blaming and ain't even owned up to how did I get here. Let me tackle that. And that's what I think. If, say for instance, they say that they are awakened, do you listen to this? And I want to hear your input on this, everybody out there. If there was a true righteous awakening in the flesh, okay, wouldn't it be that we are so awakening, we would unite, we would love, we would come into a unity, we would help one another, we would try to reach the goal to work with each other? Just think, what's the sense of awakening in your flesh and still have more hate, evil and wicked amongst you, your own brethren? What's the sense? What are you awakening to? Nothing. Because you're blind, you in darkness. So you take it as awakening as a newfound thing, and as a, oh no, you are still in darkness, because he said he has blinded you. Blind and sleep is two different things. Yet both of them represents dark, because when you sleep, you just in darkness. Your mind is at peace, you sleep. Okay? So if you're awakening out of this sleep, now you're up. You should be able to see what is in front of you. So what are you awakening to? You're still evil toward each other. You're still hating toward each other. You're still debating toward each other. You can't come on one accord. You can't love one another. You can't unite with one another. Believe it or not, this is the most dangerous time for a people, and they have nothing in order. So what did that tell you? Where is the awakening? What have you awakened to? You all better start ministering to people so they can understand this awakening. You know what? I'm gonna give you another thing about that. If we teach the gospel in spirit and truth and start teaching that the awakening is spirit, maybe the people will grasp it better. Maybe you might win a soul or two. Because we're talking about a fleshly awakening that does not lead us to no love, no peace, no unity, no uniting, no coming together in one accord. After you have received the news of that you are the people, where have it brought us to? I bet you not one of you all can come on my page and tell me, what level have it brought you to? And how did it bring you to the bosom of Yah? It hasn't. It ain't brought you nowhere. It ain't brought you to nothing but these devil platforms. To get on here and hear these people continue to feed your flesh. That's why Sister Deborah knows that there is a separate awakening from the spiritual awakening. Because see, the spiritual awakening is where it's also connected to what the Spirit of the Most High was telling me on the highway. Deborah, the reason why they can't see, because I have blind them. I have blind them. But the spiritual awakening, you're not blind. You can see. You see? See how important it is to get to the light? You see how important it is to get to the light? While you're running chasing the Hebrew Israelite movement in the flesh, if you do the spirit, then you help a lot of spirit people's souls, as they say, but you let their spirit find their way. Because now they're knowing that, okay, I'm a spirit, I got to connect with Yah's spirit. How do I do that? See, then they'll start to want and desire Yah in spirit and truth. You can't love him in your flesh. So when people run around here, I love Yah and love, you don't know nothing about love. Because love, Yah is not fleshly. It's not your emotions in the flesh. It's none of that. It's all spirit. So I, Sister Deborah, would say to you, I just thank the Most High for the way he brought that to me, as far as informing me that he is not going to, the awakening is truly in the spirit and not in the flesh. And then according to be awakened, you have to, he has to awaken you out of the blindness in which he has suffered to be therefore on you. Okay, so I, Sister Deborah, would say to you, I will be back. That was just a little something, but I hope you all, someone got something out of it. But I wish I continued to talk, but I got so much going on in my mind at the same time. I want to share some things with you, but I will be back.